Okay.
Okay. Let me fix the camera, y'all. Excuse me, we new at this. Ain't nobody on there anyway. Perfect. Next. Oh, God. About to talk to y'all. God. This phone, man. It's so hard to do this phone. Here we go. There we go. Live. Go live. Yes. Yes. 2, 3, action. We on live. Make our cameras good. Okay, we good. Let's go. We good. All right. Yep. Okay, y'all.
Hello. My name is Esther Mary, and this is my friend Juan. And we're going to do a prayer before we start. I'm going to share a little bit about Juan, and then he's going to share about himself. So, can we pray?
Yeah, sure.
So, Father, I just thank you for this time. And Lord, I just ask that you reveal what you want to reveal today on this live stream. And Lord, just bless the time that we have to here together and bless everyone out there listening. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Father God.
So I want to share, I'll do a little recap. We were going to come on last Wednesday, but Juan got sick. He wound
I
up
got sick.
with bronchitis.
Yeah, bad. I couldn't breathe, so we couldn't come on.
So we're going to do a little recap. I met Juan in the Fatherhood Connection. I do the Fatherhood Connection in Steuben County. And he came in, and what we do is we ask the fathers if they could share a little bit about themselves. So Juan started to share that he was from North Philadelphia and that his son, Nico, correct?
Nico Rivera.
Nico Rivera was coming out of school, and he was shot 10 times in the back. And when he shared that with us, it just captured my heart. And after the Fatherhood Connection, I asked him, I said, would you like to go to church? And he said, yes. And that was several months ago. And over these months, I've watched this man just totally turn his life around. And it's been an honor and a privilege to be his pastor.
Yes.
So I think where I'd like to start, Juan, is to ask you, because I know the other thing is he can't read, and I asked a friend of mine who has a master's degree in education if she wouldn't mind teaching him how to read, and she said no, not at all. So he's they're meeting now, and he's just starting to learn how to read. So Juan, do you want to share with us why you don't know how to read, and how old are you?
Oh, I'm 50. I'm 50 years old today. Thank God. I can't read because I barely never went to school. My mom, we had hard times, so my mom was always running around.
Moving?
So,
You mean
yeah,
moving?
she was always moving.
You mean the address?
The address, the city sometimes, sometimes it will even be either be running with us so to keep us safe or anything else. And I never went to school. I remember me going to school when I was like in second grade, and I probably was like 12 years old in second grade. and they boost me up. They didn't have a
Oh, you
choice.
mean they kept
Yeah,
pushing you to the next class?
they just straight up boost me from second grade to sixth grade LD class. I didn't even know how to read and write nothing. I barely went to school, and and basically that was the last time I went to school in Puerto Rico at sixth grade. I went for like a year, and I was learning finally, but they pulled me out of school because I needed my records, and my mom never got a hold of the records. And I never went to school. I got lost from there. She couldn't even get a hold of me after that. I never
So
really
then, how did you survive? How did you make your way?
hustling. As a kid, I didn't get to I didn't start messing like in the streets until I was like an older teenager. And it was because I didn't have a choice. But other than that, when I was a kid, I'll go pack groceries at the supermarket and take it to their house in the cart. They'll give me $1, 50 cents, man. But sometimes we have to walk for 4 or 5 blocks all the way across and go up them hills. Where we lived at was like in the mountains in Puerto Rico. It's called Guayama, and yeah, it was all mountains. So man, we had to push that cart up them hills, and that's how I survived. And then after that, we went to Salina, Puerto Rico. We was always on the run. And then there,
Was there a reason you were on the run?
the struggle with my mom. My mom, it was always something. Uh, like I said, we had hard times. So for us to don't be in the street or something, whatever, if we had the only choice to go to another town, then we had to go.
Gotcha.
And that's how we live. I lived my whole life, at least my whole childhood like that.
On the run.
On a run, yeah. And from Philadelphia to North Carolina to New Orleans to
So when did you come from Puerto Rico to? How old were you when you came to?
came from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I was about maybe 14. And I went to my father's house
And where was that?
in Jersey City. And it was the best childhood I ever had in my life.
Really?
I'm not even gonna lie. My father's family, they more a little upscale. So they own businesses. And when I came, my father's sister, they own a warehouse, truck company, and I work with them.
What'd you do?
I was unloading the trucks, and then on the weekends I wash the truck, or I just go with them on a trip as a helper.
To load and unload the
Yeah, I was making good money, $1,000 a week.
$1,000 a week.
Yeah.
So how long were you like in at that age? How from that time to what?
To like I was, wow, to like I was 17.
So you were with your father for that amount of time.
Yeah, I was with my father, between my father and my sister in Rochester back in the 90s. My sister came out to Rochester, and I was always close with my sister. Even in Puerto Rico, she lived in San Juan, I would go stay with her, and that's how I was up here. I would stay with her, and then I'll go back to my father until I hit 18 years old.
And then what
I
happened?
celebrated my 18-year-old birthday with my father.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and my cousin Chris, his parents owned the truck company, so they had money, and he got into the drug game,
Ah.
and I got in there with him.
So where was that in Jersey City?
Jersey City.
You got into the drug game.
Yeah, with him, and that's when I first got into the drug game. My father would be outside like, Juan, watch these kids. Look, what? Don't hang out with them. What? Look. Little did he know we was the bosses the whole time.
Oh wow. So if if you were making money in the trucking, what drew you into the drugs?
I don't know, the being popular.
Oh, you want to be like everybody
I
else?
wanted to have nice cars all my life. I grew up like that, wanting, and even as a kid, I would work at a restaurant, cleaning the tables, or even watching the cars. We'll be like in the parking lot. People come from all over the world in those restaurants where we lived at. We lived right by the bay in Salina, and they will come, and wash the cars. They give us $2, $3, $5. I make about $100, $200 a day at that time, and in the late '80s and
And you
late
were how old
'90s.
then?
I was probably like then. I was probably like 12, 13, 14.
So you were always a hustler.
Yeah,
You know,
all
you
my
always wanted to
life.
do money, and
All my
that's which
life.
is good.
Yeah. I didn't get to the drug game until I was 18 years old. Exactly 18. After 18, my cousin, we would go to Brooklyn, New York, catch the train from Jersey City with our little boom box, and we would go to the Jamaican stores. And they would sell chocolate ties, skunk weed, and we would buy like $300 worth
What is
of weed,
skunk?
of
Oh,
marijuana,
weed,
yeah. And
marijuana. Okay,
we would
you
go
have to
back
help the
home.
girl out. I'm
I'm sorry.
that's
We'll go
okay.
back home. We'll sell them for double.
Uh huh.
And then, we wanted to get into the heavier stuff, the real money.
So when did you start getting into the heavier stuff? How old were you then?
I was 18 years old. My father
When you started getting the
started, yeah,
heavier?
behind my cousin Chris back. My cousin, he didn't want to mess with that. He already had money. His parents had money, and the weed was just to be popular and have a couple extra dollars. For me, I took it overboard, and I started going up to Dominican Republic. They call it upstate New York, uptown New York, 163rd Street, 142nd, all the way up there, 63rd, 175, and go out there to the Dominicans and start buying grams. And I took it to New Jersey, and I started making bulk money, and I would hide the money in my room, and I would have cases of jars, there glass jars, but nobody would go in my room. But that one day, my stepmother decided she wanted to come into my room and change my room around, and every now and then she would do it, but she would give me heads up.
Oh,
But
she would, but this time she
this
didn't.
time she figured she surprised me because I always come and give them money, and
To
they
help them
think I'll
out.
be working, whatever. And
So what
this time
happened?
she wanted to surprise me. But when I come back, my father's waiting for me with a knife and a hammer, both.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
he chased me all around the house, wanted to kill me.
Because he found out what you were doing.
I never told this story to nobody. Yeah, my father chased me all around the house. And my stepmother, she always defended me every time.
Really?
She's like, nah. And my father chasing me with the hammer and the knife, both. I was in this house.
So what happened
Thinking that
then?
I'm doing
Did he
good.
throw you out?
Yeah, he told me I had to go.
Really?
I packed up. I had money. I packed up. I ended up in North Philadelphia. I knew. I always said it when I was a kid. Always. Something that was stuck in my head since Puerto Rico. Because I watched all my uncles and my cousins, them making money, big money, and I watch my uncles when they will have me punish him in the room or something. I watch all that money and all that, so I always watched it. So I knew that when I go to Philly, and because of the person that I became, that they made me to be,
So do you want to get into that a little bit
you know,
about how you became the person
uh,
that you became?
yeah, it was being abused. That's what happened. So yeah, they made me an evil person. And everybody used to always, from little, you so bad, you so bad. They calling me Hatong.
What's that mean?
It's like mouse, because I ate everything out the floor, and I was always, sneaking around dirty and stuff as a kid. And I was real bad. So everybody was like that, like, he's always real bad. And they brand me. They brand me with that name.
They branded you with the
Yeah,
name.
with the bad. And he's evil and he's this and he's that. But they didn't realize that through the punishment that they put me through, um, that's what made me that. It made me that person. It made me evil. It made me evil against them, to take everything they had, anything they had, and I knew I could take it. I was gonna take it, and I was willing to hurt them too, because they hurt me. So at the time, I was winning, and I was hoping that they don't touch me. You know,
But how old were you then
I was in my 20s.
when they were doing bad to
Oh
you
no, I was a baby. I was a kid.
as a kid?
I was a kid. No better. I was like 6, 7 years old. 6, 7 years old, getting beat like a man, like body shots, sticks broken in my head. That was the punishment. That's the beating that we took.
But did you understand? I mean,
A thick station cord, like them real thick ones, where your skin fall off. Or if not, you might just be getting kneel down while they just building a puzzle or just watching a movie, or smoking some weed, or running back and forth while you there kneeling down.
yeah, but I think you told me before you were kneeling down, but then they would put
Rice, yeah, they would put
rice underneath your knees.
underneath my knees, yeah, rice. And if I would rest my legs, like rest them, because I probably was there for an hour already. If I would rest my legs, oh my God, they come from the back with it like this with the knuckles. Wow, right in your head. Yeah.
So, but why did they
real.
do?
That's
Yeah, no,
real
it's real,
stuff,
and
I'm
I don't
telling
believe in that type of punishment, please. But
That's
do you
real.
do you understand? Did you feel like you did something wrong, or did you understand
No,
why
I
this was?
didn't understand.
Okay,
No,
that's what I want.
It wasn't on that note. Like
It
us
was.
now,
It was.
the way I raise my kids, I won't put my hands on them. I can't do it. I want to break that cycle. That's my main line right now. My main what I'm working on and everything is to break that cycle. Period. I'm gonna break that cycle, and I am. I'm gonna tell my story to the world. I'm gonna break that
So
cycle with my kids.
right.
All that weight that I have on me, put on my kids.
So, which leads me to when you were breaking the cycle. So, what changed in your life? What happened a couple months ago when I took you to church? What changed?
Everything changed. I experienced the most heaviest, heavy, heavy. It's the most powerful thing I've ever experienced in my whole entire life, and so powerful that
And I
I'm
was a
willing to go to the end of the world with it.
and I was a witness
I'm
to
willing
it.
to put all my trust in the Lord, and that's what I felt. I went to church. The people, especially the first church you took me to, the people there were special. Um, uh, they treated me with love from the beginning. They welcomed me with open arms. They didn't judge me. They didn't even know me, nothing. And from the beginning, and to this day, it just gets stronger and stronger. And I feel it. It's something that you feel, because when it's given by a real person that really give it for real and mean it, it's different. It's completely different. Anybody could say that. Anybody could say I love you and whatever. But when you give it, it comes different. And
So it's different. So
yeah,
from because you were on the streets for a while, then you know the real and you know the fake. You know when somebody's real
yeah.
and somebody's not real.
Definitely.
So when you started to give your testimony at the first church that I brought you to, and I remember that they came up and they prayed over you, and then what happened? You felt the presence of God?
At the first church,
Yeah,
I felt it.
they
I
prayed over.
felt it, right? But it wasn't. He didn't show up. It's different. You could feel it, but it's a whole different story when he shows up. It's a whole different story. People wait. People have been waiting for years to get that feeling that I have gotten. You know, that's why I feel like I'm chosen. That's something special. I know it for sure. I know it just by when I tell people the story and what happened, what he did. They'd be like, "Yeah, it's beautiful." I know, but reality, they don't know. They don't know, because I know for a fact they have not felt it yet. They still
You're
waiting.
talking about the presence of God,
Yeah,
the tangible presence
the
of
real
God.
presence of God. When
Yeah.
He walk up on you and you feel that heat and you feel Him breathing up on your face and you feel Him grip you up and just, oh man, that's what He did with me. At the first church, I didn't feel it, but then I went. He took me to the other church. That time, and it's not the church. It's everybody could think it's the church. It's not the church.
It's the presence
It's
of
the
God.
present. He gonna be present at anywhere. It don't matter where you at. When it's your time and you're gonna receive it, he's gonna come to your bedroom, to wherever. It don't matter. It's not the church, because
Right, right,
I
right.
learned more that the church isn't me. But
The church
that
isn't you.
time it was
Yeah.
like an activity, and the guy, he was bringing it.
Hmm. The minister
And the
that
minister
came in.
that came in, he was bringing it. And you felt it, because I felt it from the first day I walked in that door. From the first day I walked in that door, that he was there and that activity was going on, he
I
grabbed me from my hands. It was like,
I
you,
remember
oh,
you telling me that you used to watch TV and how you thought, oh, they were pushing people down. They were pushing people down. And I remember you said, because I was standing there
yeah,
watching and they were praying over you. And the next thing you knew, you
wow.
told me in the car on the way back, I was on the floor. You felt the presence of God and you felt
I
like
challenged them.
you were,
I will never do that again,
yeah,
ever.
well, that's okay.
Ever in my life.
It's
I know he
okay.
understand what I was doing, because that's what happened, honestly. Because
Yeah.
the first day, Mary, telling you the truth, he prayed for me, but I went home and I wanted to call my sister, because, you know, that's who I usually call. And but I couldn't call that one sister because she's a Muslim. So she was gonna turn me down no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I just kept pacing back and forth. What was that? What was that? What was that? And but then when you got me to give my testimony,
Uh-huh.
and that's what I thought. They was cutting me short.
Yeah.
And they was
What do you
getting
t-
up. I always had that doubt. I always had that
Yeah.
doubt. Do they fall? Is it on balance and you push them and they go? You know what I'm saying? No, that's not it. It's real. It's real. So I stand on my 2 feet. They came up on me, and I cut the cherry store. I gave them the microphone, and I made sure that I was balanced, and I was standing on my 2 feet. And you know what? I ain't putting both of my feet together. I put one a little front, a little okay. And then I said to myself out loud, because I know y'all couldn't hear me. This is a true story.
Hmm.
I know y'all couldn't hear me. I know for sure you couldn't hear me, so, because the loud music and everything. And I just put my hand and I was like, but you're not pushing me down. He's not pushing me. You got to show me, or please show me. Show me. Show me that it's real. And that's exactly what I'm saying, as I'm saying it now. Show me that it's real. Please, Lord, like, I want it all. Show me. Show me. And just like that, I just closed my eyes. And I couldn't open them. Because I wanted to open them. I couldn't. I could not open them, and I could just feel it. I felt them just walking up on me. I could feel the heat. And then after I felt all the heat that he's right there, it's like he gripped me and just lifted me up in the air. Well, I actually felt my feet off the ground, but I couldn't open my eyes to see it neither. But I know for sure when I woke up, I was laying down on the floor laughing.
Yep.
And I was that ground my whole life.
Hmm.
He changed it all. I didn't even plan nothing. I didn't say I'm gonna stop listening to this music. I didn't say I'm gonna stop doing this. I didn't say I'm gonna stop cursing. I'm gonna stop doing this. It just did it.
He just did it.
It just did it, yo. I
Yeah.
swear, the most powerful thing I ever experienced. And to this day, it changed my life.
Come on.
Changed my whole life. Everything. My whole way of thinking, um, and where I'm gonna go. And I'm impatient. I'm an impatient person. I'm used to making stuff happen on my time.
Hmm.
And if it's not on my time, then I'm gonna rush it. And I'm gonna work and I'm gonna work and I'm gonna keep on going. And it ain't been like that.
It's his
I'm
time
still
now.
I'm still in the same spot. The other day I took a trip that cost mad money. I could have used that money for something else, but no, he made that happen. You know, I had a job. I really needed a job. I left out of there crying. And when I sat in that chair, I put it in his hands. I said, God, I'm putting this in your hands. But you know what? What I looked at later is that I did the exam and I
Oh,
failed it.
you were talking about you took an exam, you tried to get a job at this place
At,
because I don't want to lose.
Amazon.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
lose the people that are listening. Yeah, and, yeah, you tried out for this job, but something maybe you couldn't read, and that was part of it.
Yeah,
That was part
that
of
was a
it.
big part of it. I had my friend help me to take the test, and he could read, he could do all that, so we passed all the tests. I needed the job.
Yeah, but guess what?
Um,
God's meeting your
I know,
needs.
I know he is.
He's meeting all your needs.
I know he is. I know it for sure because I'm still going through it. It's hard, man. And it's just facts. And I'm not feeling like this because, it's just real, man. It's real. It's hard. Go through it every day. And you know it. You give me
I
money
do.
to eat sometimes. It's hard. People probably think I'm living it up, but it's not even like that. Yeah, I'm in paradise. It's definitely paradise. And you know what? I choose this all day. Before looking my back and before walking outside to running bullets and worrying about my kids, I choose it all day. But
So,
it's still moving. I'm still moving.
well,
I'm
that
still
was the day
recovering big time.
you told me when your son was shot, and then when you shared with me about that situation, some of your friends came and said that day when he was shot, okay, we're going to go out and we're gonna take care of business. And what did you say?
It was different. Um,
Right
to be
before it was
honest,
before you met the Lord.
way before. I think I already God. I think God.
God was working with you.
God been working with me. I think I really do feel like he already had all this planned because I be thinking even how I made it out of dark places alive without being touched, and yeah, I didn't for some reason because I could have went out there and I could have flipped things apart like I usually do because that's what everybody know me for and that's what everybody was expecting. Oh, it's gonna raise hell. It's gonna be forget it. And just like that, it was. The first one that called me was my nephew. Um, what's up? We in that car? What's up? I'm in that car, and I'm like, what car? What car? No, it's not happening. And even my other friends that they've been around me already, and even friends that I haven't seen in years. They was coming forward like, "What's up? What you want to do? We know you're not in the right state of mind, but what you want to do? This is your son." And I was like, "I don't want to do nothing. I just want to leave it in God's hand. God gonna work this. God gonna work this out. I know it for sure." Um, and at the same time, I, um, I felt like I let my daughter down. I felt like I let my kid's mom down.
You keep talking. I'm going to get you some tissues.
Okay,
Go ahead.
but at the same time, I kept moving. And I put my feet down that I was going to leave it in God's hands. And let me tell you, God brings justice in any type of way. It's not just prison. He give it to you how you live it, how you want it. You wanna drop bodies, then you're gonna go. That's how it goes. God brings justice any type of way.
Yeah, he does.
If you want them internally, you give it to you internally. However, you're gonna get fed the same thing, and just like that, it was. I know that one of my kids murdered, and I forgave them all. I had to so I could keep pushing and put all that behind me.
But that was when you decided, I got to get out. I got to get out. We're going to go deeper into his story down the
we're gonna do the
road.
story, yeah.
But that's when
This is
Juan
just
told me
alive.
he decided that he had to get out of Philadelphia with his children because he was done with that lifestyle. He
Yeah.
did not want
And
that lifestyle.
I took my children that was with me, the little ones, and uh, I ended up homeless. I was at my sister. My sister gave me her apartment for the moment. She went in the house until I was ready. They actually waited until I was ready. When I was ready, I was like, I'm ready. I ended up coming out here, up here in Buffalo, New York.
How long ago? About approximately
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I came out here. I would say about about 20 months ago. Uh, um, I went to Rochester, and that's where I got sober at.
Get clean.
I got clean there. I did it on my sister's floor.
Yeah, you want to share a little bit of that?
Yeah, I went to the program. I could have brought, to be honest, I could have brought as much drugs I wanted, but for some reason, I don't know what. Like, I was ready to, and I went to the program and I left. My sister dropped me off, and they left, and I probably waited like an hour, and I left. And
You went back to their
I,
place.
I went back, and then I went back to my sister's house. But this time, it was different because when I woke up in the morning, my sister came downstairs. She started crying. My other sisters, they all on the phone on FaceTime, and all four of them. And my one sister, she straight up with it.
What'd she say to you?
She said, "What you want for your funeral? Tell us. You might as well tell us now what you want for your funeral, so we can just fix it up now because that's what's gonna happen." You know.
Because you were doing drugs all the time.
Yeah, I was heavy. I was in already 2 years in, heavy than I ever. Man, I'm talking about flesh missing off my body, flesh, because that's what it does. It was eating my flesh from the inside out. Holes everywhere. It was bad.
And as
So
we get into the story, he'll show
yeah,
you some of his wounds.
and
Okay.
wow, and yeah, my sister, they was like, "So what you want? What you want for your funeral?" Me watching them all on the phone crying. The most thing I focus on, for some reason, I focus on my little sister. Out of the whole car and everyone, for some
Why?
reason, I focused on my baby sister. She was crying. She's my baby sister. And she was crying on that phone. And she's been there for me a lot. With my kids, taking care of my kids and helping me out with my kids. They all played a role. Like my older sister, she plays the role of all of our mom, basically. My other sister, she's the supportive one. And not just for me, with all of we got like a little
Yeah.
group now that
Yeah.
ever since my mom passed. But my other sister, she's the supportive one. She's the one that might pay for everything, and
I help you.
she's been blessing me, man. But anyway, yeah, they all got on the phone. For some reason, I focus on my little sister. I still think about that, and her crying. And right
So-
there and then, I told my niece. They didn't want to give me no more drugs, anyway, and I didn't want none. I had about 10 bags on me. I threw them in the trash. I had mad money in the bank. We did at the time. We had just got our taxes, and I told her, "Go, take me back
to the program.
to a different program. They won't accept me on that program no more."
Because you left.
Because I left, yeah.
Okay.
So she took me to a different program. I stood there for 2 days, and I waited to take us a box, and I seen they didn't put me in immediate withdrawal because that's what it does. You got to wait 3 days,
So help us out. Some people that don't know. So Suboxone.
Suboxone is a blocker. It's like a blocker for the heroin. It helps
So
you.
it blocks it.
It blocks it, and it helps you. It's substitute basically.
So it brings you down.
Yeah, it helps you with the withdrawal and
Okay.
stuff, but it didn't help me because there ain't no heroin out there no more. So that medicine.
What do you
is
mean
the-
there isn't any more heroin?
there
What
ain't
do you
no
mean?
heroin out there no more.
So what is out there?
It's synthetic. It's fentanyl, horse tranquilizer, vinyl tranquilizer. North Philadelphia, it's synthetic fentanyl, straight from China. This thing would drop horses.
Really?
And man, it will murder. I'll be scared, man. Some people, you have to build your I built my
Tolerance up.
tolerism, but
So what happened then? You came out of that other program after 2 days?
yeah, 2 days I called my sister. I couldn't take it. I wanted to go home. It was just stuck in my head. I want to feel this for the rest of my life so that I never return. because this is vicious. And I knew for a fact that the Suboxone wasn't gonna help me. You know how I knew?
It
Because
wasn't gonna help you?
yeah, it wasn't gonna help me because I took one the next day and it didn't take me into immediate withdrawal. It didn't do nothing for it,
Okay.
like it's supposed to do.
Okay. So then what? You called your sister
I
up?
called my sister, yeah.
I want to come home, and
So
then what?
I did on a
You did what?
I bought a mattress, a air mattress, and I put it on the floor in her living room, her dining room. I said, I fixed it up like a little room, and I put the mattress there, and I did it on the floor.
You went through withdrawal.
Withdrawal there. Oh, big. Oh my God, the worst thing ever. It took me a month just to get up. I couldn't get up. I couldn't eat. Sometime I would tell my wife. My wife went through it with me. She was right there with me through the whole withdrawal. I would tell her go make me a soup, and even my sister would come down, check up on me. Do I want to eat? I say yeah. I said, yeah, because it's my mouth speaking, but I couldn't eat not even a spoon.
Really?
And I would have probably like 6, 7 cup of soups there
Really?
lined up from earlier and earlier and earlier. And I would just keep on trying and keep on trying. And a month came by and I got so weak. I lost so much weight. And I would start walking for blocks and walk for blocks.
You mean, wait a second. So, because you're losing me here. So you were going through withdrawal for a month, and did you get up off that mattress?
couldn't.
You couldn't.
So I had to start exercising myself and start
So
recovering.
you would stand up and just
Yeah.
walk a little bit?
Walk a little bit, go back, lay down because I was weak. I couldn't even sit up. I'd be so weak, I couldn't eat. I didn't eat for a month. It was already way over 30 days. I didn't eat, no drink water. So my body was completely drained.
Yeah. So
And
then when you started, after a month, you started to come back around?
walking. It took me a whole another month just to recover myself back.
Really?
And then,
So what gave you the drive or to do something like that and not be in a hospital? Because
my son made me want to change everything.
You mean your son that died?
My son that got shot 10 times.
Really?
He made me everything. He made me want to start completely over.
Because I remember when you came into fatherhood, the last sentence you said when you were talking about your son was, "That was the day I became a man."
Uh-huh.
You said the day my son was shot. That's what you shared.
Me seeing him, my sister, she ran the funeral home. So I had a privilege.
So what did you ask your sister?
So my sister let me go to watch him, and spend some time with him before we put him in the casket.
So what did you do?
I sat there, I cleaned him up, I kissed him, I hugged him, I talked to him. I had I touch his hair, tell him we're gonna get him a haircut. I started talking to him how I'm gonna change. I started talking to him about his childhood a little bit and who he was, and telling him I'm sorry. I wasn't there. I failed. I felt like I really failed. I didn't see him for like a year. I didn't know what he was getting into. I thought he was still playing his games in his house because that's where I left him. And that's what he would do.
With his mom.
And she didn't reach out to nobody. She didn't reach out to the family. She didn't reach out to nobody and let us know that he was getting in trouble with the wrong people. He was fighting in the hallways. I'm thinking that he's living in the same house, Mary. I'm thinking that he still was in the same house and going to the same school. So I still kept saying every day, I'm gonna show up around his school, or I'm gonna get right. I'm saving everything for tomorrow. I figured he was safe. And he wasn't safe. He was getting into stuff. And it took me to go to my uncle's funeral to talk to my son and know that he was getting into some trouble.
Talking to your 15-year-old.
Talking to my son, my 32-year-old, telling me that my 15-year-old was getting into some trouble. He didn't give me no time because as he told me that day, a few weeks later, my son was murdered.
Mm.
I jumped out of the bed. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and
And
I
was that
dipped
something on the
off.
news?
I was high
Uh-huh.
a little bit, I dipped off. I jumped up, and it was so crazy, man, because I jumped out of my sleep and everything, and I ran upstairs, and I leaned on the freezer, and uh, I'm talking real loud. Oh, there's something wrong. I gotta help Nico. I talked to Christian, and he's telling me that I gotta help Nico. And Amber's aunt is watching the news right there and then. She's watching it. She always conversating with me, and we always talking about how these kids is playing Grand Theft Auto out there in these streets, in North Philadelphia, live, real Grand Theft Auto live. Like these kids is taking cars in the red light, shooting people for nothing, just
Really?
to say that they shot them. And going to car meets with all these expensive cars. 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds with guns bigger than them, you know. And, uh, and I'm telling them, and she's telling me that the news is on and they shut down the school. But I didn't even realize that that was my son's school that they shut down, that he used to go to. I didn't even know that he used to go to, because my kid's mom didn't reach out to nobody. She moved him all the way across the other side. So he's in Northeast High School, Fells, and and he's going to to Kensington High School. That's all the way on the other side.
Mm.
So his best friend called him over to set him up. Called
Oh,
him over
wow.
and set him up and left him by himself. So he's leaving with another friend out the back door and fight some kid. I guess the kid called 3 grown men. They waiting for him. They waiting for my son out in back of school. 3 grown men with masks. But my 15-year-old don't know nothing about guns. He don't know that these kids are not fighting. He's fighting because I taught him how to defend himself. So he's using his hands, and he didn't know that he was gonna come out of that school and they was waiting for him right in behind the projects to light him up. He didn't know that that kid that shot him was a cold murderer. A cold murderer that,
Do you know who shot him?
yeah, I know one of the shooters.
How
He's
old
not
was? How old is he?
the
Oh,
same age.
he was 15.
He was 15 too. Yeah,
Really?
the kid. Yeah, one of the kids. He rapped it in his rap song, and
Oh,
and
wow.
he came back after my son was already dead. He was the main shooter. He did all the shooting. The other one basically backed him up and shot at the other his friend. His friend got shot too, but his friend made it. He got away. Later on, his friend got shot again. They tried to kill him again. You
Mm.
know. So yeah, the kid killed my son. My son was already dead. He went to the other kid along with the other 2 guys, and then he got my son.
I'm so sorry.
It's crazy because
I'm so
I
sorry.
never even heard of it. God just put it right in front of me. I was already saved, and
You already knew the Lord at that point.
yeah, at that point, yeah,
Really?
I went on a trip on Philadelphia, and my
And
son is telling me everything that's going on.
your other
Eh,
son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
um, and so when I got back home, that's what was put up to me. Like, look, it's crazy because it just popped up, and as I start putting two together, I listened to the rap song, and I'm street, so I get all them street codes. But this kid wasn't throwing those street codes. He was straight telling them how he raced the one bull face, how the other bull he walked up on him, how my son he backdoored him, shot him 10 times, and walked up on him, over him, and shot him again. Rapped it on that song, all of it.
I'm so
Wow, his
sorry.
mom that kid's mom ain't even know. She thought she had an A1 student. She thought she had the greatest kid alive. We all do. We all think our kid is the greatest. But the kid that was praising him, you know, um, until they got the phone call a, a couple hours later that the kid was a serial killer. They named him as a serial killer. He was rapping on a song how they couldn't count his body with one hand. They had to use two.
So, did they ever arrest him?
Yeah, no, they killed him in front of his mom.
They what?
The kid got shot 17 times in front of his mom on his way to school.
And how old was he?
He was the same age
He
as my son.
he was. It was the same
Yeah,
year.
2 years later.
Oh, 2 years.
Two
So
years
he
later,
would
so the
be.
kid was 17.
Ah, yeah.
On his way to school, on his way to
You know.
college, on his way to success. Just as well, he was living a double life. Outside in the street, he was putting on the ski mask and whatever, and was a whole different person. And in school, he was an A1 student and the greatest kid ever.
Wow.
Um,
I'm so sorry, but you know.
he described exactly on his song how he killed my son, how he backdoored my son. Backdoor mean he'll have his best friend invite him over.
Oh,
Um, you know, uh, not my son did leave out the back door of the
right.
school,
No, I
but
understand.
no, back door mean he had his friend
Friend.
call him over, his best friend call him over to the school, and then he left him. So they already had it all planned. When my son leave the school, they waiting for him. He got to come out through here. He's gonna come out through here. He's gonna cut through here. It was all planned. I don't think the kid that was with him was planning it with them because
He didn't understand.
I don't think the kid understand it because they shot him too. So
Oh, did
if
he
he
die
did,
too?
no, the other kid got shot again. After he got shot with my son, he made it. He ran off. He made it. He got shot, but he made it. But the kid, they go again and shot him again, try to kill him. He still live. God must have a great life for him. God bless. I hope so. You know. But yeah, he was with my son. He didn't know that they were both gonna get shot.
So, working the
He had
streets.
co-killers outside waiting for
I
him.
know, but working the streets of Philadelphia when you did. So, was the change that you saw? Meaning that the older people were doing the streets, but then the younger kids,
The younger kids, no respect.
no respect.
Ain't no
Well,
making.
I mean,
Yeah.
how much respect can you have when
There's
the older ones are doing what they're doing?
This whole new generation don't got respect for nothing. Everything is bad. Even the drugs, it's synthetic. They killing their customers. They killing everything. They don't got nothing. No remarks for not even the customer. Not even no one. They don't care if you have a family or not. They will kill you in a hot second. There's no
Wow.
caring out there. There's no. The kid was just killing for points. These people that he was killing was for nothing. For nothing. You know, he even said on his this rap guy, this guy that raps to be real famous back in the day. He still is now with the and all that. But he killed his son too, just as well. And he rapped it on the song.
So now you've changed, obviously, because you know what happened to your son. This wasn't going to happen to your other children. You determined in your heart you were not going to that road, and especially, for me being on this side of that you didn't go after the ones that did it, and you decided then and there,
It was like
I'm
God
done.
telling me,
You were done.
like, hold up, you are set apart from this. Like, I need you for something else. You're not gonna go out there. Because let me tell you, I had plenty of people come out there, man, with guns, with fully automatic weapons, like ready. We ready. Let's go. You know, like I do know a lot of people. I'm born and raised out there, and I used to get major paper. So regardless of how messed up I was, for me to be able to walk them streets like that, some respect I had. I wasn't so bad of a person. Most people, they can't even, that live the life that I have and got the type of money I have, they can't even walk them streets, you know? And
But
but yeah,
God,
you know,
but God.
everybody came forward and no, I just left it in God's hands. God was like, you ain't doing this. And you could destroy, you could go and no, so instead I started to get high more. I started to destroy myself. And to one time, um, it came to a time that every day I would cry, and I would pray out to God, to help me. Um, and I wanted to keep my promise for my son, that he didn't die in vain, that it ain't gonna be for nothing, that I'm gonna change it and I'm gonna make it better for the rest of my kids, for the rest of their life. And hopefully with my story, I could give an impact to the people, to don't go that route. And that's not the
Yes.
route to go, especially
Yes.
these kids, I could teach, I do have a lot to teach,
You have a
you
lot
know.
in you to share
Yeah, so I feel
about,
like I can help a lot of youth,
yes, in
through
your
my
life, what you've
time.
been through.
Hmm.
So, which brings us to the basically the end of the story right now. Um,
We're
Go
gonna
ahead.
start. Yeah, we're gonna start doing like we're gonna start our story, my story, uh, from where I started, from my childhood, from where everything started, from where everything came back from the beginning, and we're gonna do like I guess like 15-minute clips, because people don't like a lot of. I can't speak for everyone, but that way everybody will watch. So we'll do like 15-minute clips, uh, live, and YouTube and any other platform we could get on. Um, and yeah, do like 15-minute clips every week. Um, you know, hopefully that'll get the people to want to watch. Maybe we could build the audience. Maybe we could go somewhere with this. Then,
Get your story
do
out.
it. Yeah,
Get your story out because you have quite a story. I'm really blessed that God brought Juan into my life. I lost one of the men that I was ministering to down in Philadelphia in Kensington 2 years ago. He was in a program, and he walked away from the program and took one hit, and
in
he did
Kensington. Wow,
in
that's
Kensington.
unbelievable. And I didn't even know you. I didn't even
No,
know you then.
no,
Yeah.
you didn't. He
Wow,
took
the
one,
way God works.
and I felt bad because I've knew this gentleman for about 3 or 4 years, and I had a home church at the time. He was a veteran. He did
Uh-huh.
3 tours
Right, you
of
can check.
duty overseas,
I want to check. Keep
and
on. It's okay.
he did the 3 tours of duty, but he had a habit, and the habit was not good. But he did well, and then he slipped back and he went into a program, and they asked him to help in
Uh-huh.
move some people, and he did. Well, he felt as though he wasn't ready to go on the
Yeah.
streets, but the program that he was in just felt he was lazy, put him out anyway. He got to where
Yeah.
they were working, and he walked away. He went right, knew where to get the drugs in
That's
Kensington,
sad, man.
and he took the hit. And within a few minutes, he walked up to a lady because he didn't have a phone. They wouldn't let you have a phone in recovery. He walked up,
Wow.
please call an ambulance for me. They did, but he died right there. But this is what
Yeah,
I
that's
am
what you
blessed.
do.
But I'm blessed that
Yeah.
God brought somebody else into my life, someone that came out of Kensington and is changing their lives. And I'll tell you, I will do anything to help Juan and his family because I
That's where
saw
we
the
headed.
change. I saw the
Yeah.
change, and I'm just blessed. So
God is gonna work
if
His way, I
you
think
wanna,
so.
yeah, we'll pray
Yeah,
on the
let's
way out.
pray. Yeah, how about that? We close with a
So,
prayer.
so I'll take your hand.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Father, I just thank you for this time. Lord, I thank you for Juan. I thank you that who am I that you would honor me to
Yes, Lord.
bring Juan into my life and to see this life so
Yes.
changed, so powerfully changed. So I bless him and I bless the audience that that whatever their needs are, that they'll be met. And Lord, I just thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. Amen. That was nice. So that's what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna start next Wednesday. Every Wednesday. You want to set a time?
Well, I don't know. Between your schedule and mine,
Anyway, I'm gonna be. I
we'll
will put
do
up
it.
a couple shorts, and I will put up some videos alerting everybody ahead of time. Anyway, I'm gonna promote it, But definitely, yeah, I'm gonna let people know, like, probably like 2 days before I'll start making shorts, or day before, the whole day I'll just put shorts and let y'all know, like on YouTube, Facebook, at what time we're gonna do it, and that's what we're gonna do. And then from there, that's what we're gonna do every Wednesday, at least a 15-minute clip. Maybe it'll be a 10-minute clip. Maybe it'll be a half-hour clip. Let's see how interested I get. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
God bless y'all.
Take
Have
care.
a good night, y'all.
Bye-bye.